all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I
What's up, all? Welcome back to the channel. So I was out here working on my turbo roller. It's actually turning into something more than a roller, but still need wiring and everything else. So I'm gonna just walk around the bike, give some quick updates, because I'm proud that this is no longer just a frame sitting in the corner. So this is the way the bike looks. A quick walk around. So as you can see, I got the motor in there. Finally, that's pretty exciting, because this motor sat at my builder's for like, I don't know, like a year or something like that. But I was concentrating on the other bike, and I'll give an update on that bike soon. But so yeah, this is, initially it was a Gen 2, and then I decided to make it a Gen 3. Well, kind of like a combination. So just like my other bike, the frame technically is a Gen 1, but I converted it to a Gen 3. So a lot of the things that's on the bike, I'm just kind of like switching things out and updating things, because obviously technology has changed and there's better parts out there. So so far the motor's done. Race bike, so not gonna tell you about the motor, but the motor was built by Lee Tomlinson up in Gooch's. He's here in Tennessee. And first and foremost, you can see I mean I got other videos, but I got the carbon fiber wheels, and then I got some so-called floating rotors. I got Brembo monoblocks on it, and then, and I mean you can see this stuff, but I'm just saying what I got going on. I did mock up this carbon fender, and then I raised the bike up to spin the wheel just to kind of see if I have any rolling resistance. It looks like I may have to get some spacers here, but that's whatever. The good thing about having several boosters in here is it's easy for me to technically take parts off the other bike that's kind of down because I had a motor issue, and then put it on this bike just to make sure things fit. So now I got this setup, the Unit 5/Woodcraft Vortex setup up here. I'm missing my clutch reservoir because the other one was a Gen 1, so I literally stole a lot of things from this bike and then put it on the other bike, so I have to replace that stuff, which I have. Finally got the Vortex rear sets on. Lee had an actual nitrous/CO2 bottle holder, so that worked itself out because I was looking for one. Although I do need a brake hanger. And then I'm waiting for my Penske shock to come back, because as everyone knows, I'm a little heavy. So I sent it back off to get it updated and upgraded. So I should get that back, I think, tomorrow. Got the swing arm. It's not a short, ouch, that sucked. Got stuff all over my garage, man. I probably need a shop or a bigger garage, but excuse that. At any rate, I got the Motorfix tank on here because I wanted to see if it cleared the plenum, and I believe it kind of does. I have the Ultra plenum that's on it. You know, very expensive. And this plenum has been modified to accept my turbo system. So I'm still waiting on Brox to get my rear wheel in. I got the tire sitting over there. It's a Drag Max. Still waiting on it. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully I get it soon. What I was entertaining the thought of was actually getting a Gen 3 rear wheel, but between Brox and BST, they say some things are different, and I don't feel like figuring all of that out. I think it'll fit because it's an aftermarket swing arm, but who knows? So I'll just try to be patient until whatever happens. But more than likely, I'll probably order another one of these Motorfix tanks because I like the way it looks and I like the way it fits. And then some other excitement with that is Motorfix is going to build me or make me, or however they do it, a actual turbo bodywork. And what that looks like is something where the ram air scoops or whatnot that's in the front cowl, like it won't be there. So it'll be like a whole flat turbo piece with LEDs. So I'm looking forward to that. I just don't know if I just don't know if it's gonna fit, because the turbo, I've had everything coated for the most part, but the turbo is huge, as you can see. And to put that into perspective, this is my hand. I mean, it's big. So obviously I'm gonna be looking forward to a lot of lag, more than likely, but I mean, it's going on standalone, so hopefully I'll have anti-lag or some form of something off boost, so I can hang with these smaller guys in these H2s. But at any rate, that's that in a nutshell. I just wanted to make a quick, fast video. This bike is definitely coming along, and the only other issue I really ran into is I did test fit my other race tail made by Carbon Inu. I'm a dealer for them, by the way. And somehow the race tail doesn't mock up to the stock subframe. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this as of yet. And then honestly, the OEM Gen 3 fairing state, it really isn't that heavy. I thought it would be heavy, but it's really not that heavy. So that's really it, I think. What was the other issue I ran into? The other issue I ran into was my carbon fiber chain guard. So I had it, I mocked it up, and these do not line up with the actual chain guard. But Montgomery Motorsports did say that they'll try to make me like a custom lip, so this could fit, so I can run an actual carbon chain guard. So that remains to be seen, and we'll see. There's some odds and ends. I'm waiting on some parts and stuff to come in, like to replace this nonsense here, because it got scratches. I don't like the way that looks, and among some other things that's coming in. So but it's coming along, and this will probably eventually look like I'll have Sub-Zero, which is my NA bike, which I'm about to walk over there, and then we got Scorpion, which is my turbo bike. Let's go take a look at. There's a lot going on in my garage. It's a mess, but it's okay. So this is Sub-Zero at the moment. Sub-Zero did have the motor in it, and I thought I was doing something, and then now I'm not doing anything. Because if you look at my previous videos, it only made like 220 horsepower. It's a 9mm bike, and I don't know what's going on. I had it built by Portec. So we're gonna tear the motor back down and see what the hell's going on with it. But once the motor is redone, then I guess I'll put the motor back in, and then we can get back on the dynos. So, but it's a lot going on, as you can see. I am proud of that screen right there. But you know, the Gen 3 conversion over there, the turbo bike will be literally almost identical to this. As you can see, all of the parts that I have is almost identical. So, and that's by design, even down to the rear sets. And that's by design, just to make sure that, you know, I'm using the same everything across the board, so I don't have any drama. Tires, everything is the same. So at any rate, that's that. And oh, let me throw this in. So I ran into this with my Sidewinder on Sub-Zero. So it's crazy because these type bolts, right, like they're fine when you're getting the top of the header end, but then the bottom, like it's just hard. So what I did was I ordered more bolts, but I'm ordering the ones where you can kind of use like a wrench or something to get up under here and tighten it up. And when I test fitted the turbo yesterday, I mean it's huge. But we'll see though. You know, this is supposed to be something that my big behind can run with H2s. You know, Super H2 did too much to my life one of these times. So, and then we got Manny, you know, two-wheel monster. These people, man, they do too much to my life. So I'm getting my life together. I got a whole bunch of titanium on its way. I think that, you know, a turbo bike doesn't really need titanium, because why drop weight off a turbo bike? Just add boost. But for me personally, I'm still trying to just make this bike as competitive as possible, just in case I can somehow pull a rabbit out the hat, and then the legend can get me up before Las Vegas, which, if that doesn't happen, I'm still planning to go down to Las Vegas and cover the event. But I'm doing the best that I can to get my life together to have at least both bikes ready to roll. And then the BMW is still a BMW waiting on a sensor to see if the sensor fixes the issue. You wanna know what's wrong with my Stroker S1000? Check one of the other videos, because I think I made a video or update on that as well. All right, so really, really short video, but essentially that's it. I just wanted to update everybody because I'm always updating. If you like builds, like stuff like this, then, you know, obviously follow the channel. And then once this is done, eventually, then I'm gonna have to test it and dial it in and do all of this stuff. So, but for the most part, these bikes have the best that money can buy within reason. So I look forward to that. Racing people like Boosted H2, Boosted Catfish, Luke 14R. Like, I got this long list of people that I want to race if this comes into fruition. So, all right. Like, share, subscribe, and follow the builds. Peace.